The mindset shift from working to retirement becomes complete when we introduce this third variable. And this is the one variable that nobody likes to think about, and you have so little control over when you're working, but when you're retired, you actually have a lot more control. And that variable is taxes. Hi, my name is Josh Brettel. I'm the founder and president of FSR Wealth Strategies. And as a CPA who focuses on retirement planning, taxes have become the cornerstone of most people's retirement issues. People do a very good job of saving, and if you're like most people, you put most of your money in your 401ks and your IRAs because that's what you've been told to do. And the thought process and what's always been told to people is you're going to be in a lower tax bracket when you retire, so let's just pay taxes then. Well, understanding that may not always be true for people. Taxes have to be taken into consideration. Not only do they have to be taken into consideration, but they have to be planned for. Because understanding how your different monies are taxed and having a plan for when you take them out could make a huge difference. If you're paying taxes at 22 or 24% versus 12 or 15%, that's a 10% loss in revenue. People get really hung up over what happens if the stock market goes down. If we have a 20 or 30 or 40 or even 50% drop in the stock market, but they don't think about what happens if tax rates go up. And not even if they go up, what happens if you pay more because you just did something you didn't know you shouldn't do? The one thing that happens when the stock market goes down each and every time is it comes back up. That is not true for taxes. Now, when I talk about taxes with clients in a workshop, I always tell people there's two types of taxes out there. The first type of tax is one that you don't necessarily have to pay. And if you pay a tax that you don't necessarily have to pay, the problem is you lose that tax, but you also lose whatever it could have earned for you over your lifetime. So what I always tell people is if there's a tax you don't have to pay, let's not pay it. That's something most of us can usually agree on. Now there's a second type of tax, and this second type of tax is one that no matter what, come hell or high water, you're going to have to pay it. And if that type of tax exists inside of your retirement accounts, what I always tell people is we want to pay that tax as cheap as humanly possible. So the first thing we have to do is we have to understand how you are currently set up from a tax perspective, and then come up with a spending plan of how we're going to minimize those taxes, not just over your lifetime, but over the lifetime of whatever future generations you may leave money to as well. I hope you got some value out of the video you just watched. And if you know somebody else that might benefit from seeing this, please share it with them. And to see future videos that we produce and put out, please subscribe to our channel.